Hopefully we don't get soaking wet. You only live life once, right? It wasn't an exaggeration. Everybody that I saw walking back there was soaking wet. Good morning, everybody. We are heading to Falls Iguazu today. This will be quite the experience, as this is the largest waterfall in the world, and it's one of the places that my mom, who was born here, has always wanted to go see. One quick tip: before you come to Brazil, make sure that you have an account with Uber set up. They are everywhere, and it's really the only way to get around. Did you know that this area borders 3 different countries? We are getting on the bus heading out to the Falls Iguazu. We're on a double-decker bus, so I think we're going to go up to the top. At least me and Mom are going to go up to the top. It should be a great experience. It is kind of foggy this morning, so we're not sure exactly how it'll be or when it'll clear up, but the Uber driver said that these foggy mornings actually make pretty decent experience once it all clears out. Let's go start this crazy adventure. Honestly, besides video that I've seen like this, I'm not too sure exactly what to expect. I'm excited to experience something new. One of my bucket list items, and we haven't made it to New York yet, is to go to Niagara Falls. At some point, we'll be able to go experience that. So the first test that I'm doing here today is I'm gonna try using the Final Cut Pro camera app. It's a free app for iPhone, and what I like about it is that you have all the different settings that I'm used to on a normal like mirrorless camera. And I figure Falls Iguazu is probably the best place to test out a camera app where I have full control over all the different settings. So I have an ND filter on here. On the corner you can kind of see this little reflection, but if I zoom in, so you don't see it, it's only in the wide angle lens. We're on the top end of a double-decker bus. So we took an Uber from the hotel to the national park here, and now we're on a bus from the visitor center to the falls itself. Our plan is to actually take the last stop and walk back. We're thinking that that's the best plan to minimize the amount of crowds and all that. You can see that it is fairly foggy, but we're told it's supposed to clear up pretty soon. This is the top of Iguazu Falls. Over there's actually people on the falls, and that's actually Argentina. You have different opinions on the best views of the falls. Some people say that Argentina has the best views, but it's not as touristy. We're on the Brazilian side, which has a lot more tourism. We're going to take a walk on the trail, see all the different stops for the falls. Hopefully we don't get soaking wet, but from what I've been seeing other people, we're probably going to be a little damp by the time we're done with this. It's all part of the adventure, right? Let's see how this camera does. This is a good example of all the tourism. The end of this area has a gift shop. On that end is a restaurant, and then the bus stop is here. What's nice about this park is that you can get off on a few different stops, walk the trail to the other end of the trail, hop on the bus, and come back. So we're basically here right now, and we're going to walk back here, probably come out to some of these places, and then walk some of the trails back like that. It's quite a well thought out area. And then I think tomorrow we're going to take one of those guys up the falls as well. I'll leave a link in the description to the Wikipedia page for the Iguazu Falls. What's interesting is Iguazu means water and big. which aptly describes what is going on here at the falls. It is big and there's lots of water. The natural beauty out here is incredible. Just walking down the trail. Hopefully we'll be able to see the falls soon. There's the falls. Well, at least the top of it. A quick word of advice. Walk carefully on these. It is very slick, but everything's wet. Oh my word. Wow. Incredible. It has been raining a lot here in the past couple weeks, and so the river is extra full right now. The waterfall itself is like a shoehorn. When you look at it, we can't see the other side right now because of the clouds, but you can see some of the other side. It just keeps going around and it goes all the way down. So this is the lower level. You are inches away from the falls. Look at that. Oh my God. The amount of water. Everything is soaking wet. I got a coat on. That's good. My phone's getting all soaking wet. You only live life once, right? You're gonna get wet anyways, so why not do it with some style, right? My phone is absolutely drenched. It's not as bad right here. Pathways out here, I don't know. See how much I can handle. The view of the falls is still really cool from here. This is nuts. It just keeps going and dropping down. This is a lower Iguazu River, and that goes in the upper side. And then that side over there, that's Argentina. I'm gonna see if I can handle walking out to the other side. I am pretty wet. My coat's taking the brunt of it. I think I might turn my hat around. I don't want my hat to get blown away. Woo! Yeah, it's getting really wet. Almost out to the end here. Actually, it's not as wet here. Just getting out to it's bad. That was where I started, right up there at the top. It goes all the way down. Wow. This is the bottom of the falls. Obviously, I mean, you can't even see where the falls is over here. It's so misty. It wasn't an exaggeration. Everybody that I saw walking back there was soaking wet. Yeah, they're still soaking wet. I see why. This is bizarre. This is crazy. It's probably a lot of it because of how full the falls are right now. After many years of traveling the United States and seeing amazing national parks, I can say that if you get the option to go to a national park, do it. If you get to go down to the bottom and see some crazy waterfall and get soaking wet, it's worth it. You come here for a reason, enjoy it. Finally getting away from the falls. Made it all the way out to the end there. I told myself I wasn't gonna go out there because that was crazy. And I went out there anyway, and now I'm soaking wet. This was a fantastic experience, to say the least. There's a bunch of different vantage points along this trail to see the falls. We went to the last stop, which is basically the pinnacle of where the falls are at. You're only seeing the big part first, and you're walking the other way. Take one of the first stops, and you're gonna see all those falls leading up to the big one. All the paths are paved, which is nice. I do appreciate that. So far I haven't really stepped in any mud. Finally made it past one of the larger groups and continue to walk ahead. We'll find a gap in the people. Definitely no place on earth that quite rivals this as far as complete scale and mass. So after the walkways inside the falls, I switched back over to the regular camera app. See if we notice any difference in quality. It was nice to be able to get everything set to manual. Hope that makes a better quality video. Know your settings, know how they work. There are multiple viewpoints all over the place. One tip we do have is definitely get to this park early. The later you get into the day, the busier it becomes. And later we'll show you a quick snippet of what the queue looks like. So this is what we'll be doing tomorrow. You can see the boats down there. So they actually take you up into the falls with the boats. Quite the crazy experience. They have this pink Volkswagen bus over here and I want to go check out and go up to it and take a picture with it, so why not, right? The whole hotel here, which apparently is like $1,000 a night US, it is on the falls and they have a Volkswagen bus that matches it. My camera's all wet. Why is it all wet? Oh, the inside. One of the amazing cultural icons in Brazil are these Volkswagen buses. They are everywhere and they keep them in pristine condition. They call them omnibuses. Always have something out here that's unique, right? Mr. Giraffe, he likes it too. He approves. This is the first bus stop here, right by the big hotel. And this is where you really start your trail down the falls. You can see really good view of the falls here. And a lot of people start out getting all their pictures and stuff from here, the first part, and then you just start walking down this trail right here, and then it takes you all the way to the end. As with all national parks, you need multiple days to truly appreciate the beauty of where you were at. And we were so happy that we were able to go and experience this a second day. If you wait too late to get into this national park. When you're at Iguazu Falls, that's not the only attraction there. We went to Parque das Aves, I'm probably butchering the name, a bird sanctuary, and man, that was awesome. Honestly, I was really glad that we came here, mainly because I was able to get a lot of the animals off my list for my scavenger hunt. Like this toucan. This toucan was so pretty. It was amazing to see a lot of these animals that you really only see in books in real life. And also, they had snakes. My son's favorite bird, the harpy eagle, was also in attendance at this aviary. The first day at Iguazu Falls was incredible. Being able to walk all the way up to the falls, it felt literally like we could touch the falls just by reaching out over the railing. I didn't want to get that wet, but we ended up going out onto the walkway all the way out to that like lower tier waterfall, which was such a great experience. Today we are heading on one of the boat rides into the falls. Doing a boat ride is one of my mom's favorite things to do. She did that at Niagara Falls a number of years ago and absolutely loved it. I'm not sure if it's the same boat ride. The boats that I was seeing were like those really fast boats. We're gonna get really, really wet, so this next portion I'll probably just do voiceover, as I'm not going to take my microphones or anything with me on this portion of the trip.
Três partes. A primeira agora no carrinho elétrico, a segunda uma caminhada com 600 metros e a terceira o passeio de barco, ok?
in the front.
Here we go.
Oh, he's going sideways. Look at that. They have all these old pathways and walkways that probably not be used anymore. This is on the Argentina side. They said you don't know when you're going to be in Argentina and in Brazil, but our guide said we all know it's Brazilian water. I think we're ready for the shower. I needed to wash my hair anyways. Oh God, how gross he is. Day 2 was such an amazing day that we had to go back and see more of Falls Iguazu. And I finally found the sticker that I needed for this location. Honestly, there was so much amazing beauty and history at this park. You really just have to spend more than one day here. I went back to the falls to see what it looked like during the daytime because it was really cloudy yesterday. And man, it did not disappoint. It seemed like every shot I got of this waterfall had a rainbow in it. It was so amazing to see, and look at all these waterfalls. I mean, one of them by themselves is amazing enough. There must be hundreds of waterfalls all over. And since this area is basically a J shape, there's plenty of room for tons and tons of waterfalls to go everywhere, and the magnificent volume of this waterfall was just spectacular. I definitely think that more people came out on day 2. The lines were so much busier, but I had to go back out over to the lookout overlooking the lower falls, and people were still getting soaking wet out here. Honestly, with it being about 75 degrees outside, this actually felt really nice to get out into the falls. I just had my shorts and t-shirt on and it was so nice. Being able to see all these waterfalls up close was so fun. Honestly, most of this just left me speechless. So amazed by God's creation and His beauty. And I just wanted to get more and more footage. You could see there's definitely more and more rainbows and just beauty everywhere. Of course, we still all got wet. Coming to a place like this is definitely worth wading through all the crowds and all the extra time it takes because of the sheer beauty of this area. Now, I definitely want to come back. I'd love to bring my family back next time. Join us next time as we actually fly to an island called Florianopolis, where I learn a little bit more about my mom's history in Brazil. It's going to be a really good episode.